la tétine. Aujourd'hui, t'es devenue une adoptée. Tu pars pas né plus haut. Pour voir tout ce que tu fais, maman pleure déjà. À deux doigts de se coucher. Imagine que lui s'amuse avec toi, qu'il est avec une autre qui sous son corps. Mais imagine que lui, il est déjà marié. Et tous les ans, ils sont contents de la radio. Je ne suis pas comme les flots. Pourquoi t'agis comme ça? Pourquoi t'agis comme ça? Pourquoi t'agis comme ça? Pourquoi t'agis comme ça?
Okay. Fantastic. Well, thank you guys for coming on today. Super excited to be on this call tonight, man. I mean, how's everyone feeling, by the way? How's everyone feeling? Let me see some emojis, some 777s. Let me see who's excited to be on this call tonight. We're gonna have a great time. Really excited to have you guys on this call. Let me see some 777s. This call is being recorded, yes, but it's best to be on the live call right now. We are excited, man. We are super excited. Let me see some energy before we even get started. Now, you guys, if you know me, I'm all about energy. And we need to make sure that every single person on this call is fired up, because the information we're going to get today is really going to bring your businesses forward. It's going to bring your mindset forward. It's going to help you in every single way possible. So I want to see who's really excited tonight. Like, who's really ready for the nuggets we're about to receive, because the gentleman that I have on this call right now is someone that I have a lot of respect for, and we're going to get some real nuggets. Yes, it's being recorded. Yes, it's being recorded. Absolutely fantastic. Oh my day, it's about to get, I told Emery to bring the sauce. I told him today that we're going to go all out today. I'm really going to help you guys. Like, we're going to have a supernatural day today. It's going to be an amazing evening. So let's see the energy. First and foremost, guys, you know how I roll. Cameras on. Like, you can't be on this call and I can't be seeing your reactions to the nuggets. Like, what can you really be doing that would deny your cameras from being on? I want to see who's really serious right now, because let me see some cameras turning on, because I want to, like, guys, look, the people that don't have their cameras on, it means you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, first and foremost. You're probably distracted by something else, right? So I want to see who's really ready, because the nuggets that we're going to get from this gentleman today is really going to change your entire business, okay? And I'll tell you exactly how this happened for me. Before I do that, I want to see who's really fired up, who's really excited, because before we even start this call, there has to be high energy. I'm all about high energy. I wake up my neighbors on a daily basis. It's okay, right? Because I believe in high energy, right? You must have high vibrations. If your energy is risen, if your energy is high, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to attract high-level situations and high-level individuals into your business, okay? So let's just see. The chat box is going crazy right now. Sheesh. Okay, we are excited, man. We are excited. Well, listen, guys, first and foremost, thank you for being on this call. We are in, I normally say there's many places where you could be today, but not really, because number one, we're still in lockdown, and number two, it's 10 at night. I don't know where you're going to be right now, but I want to welcome you guys to this call today. Welcome. For those who don't know me, my name is Junior Alexander, 25 years of age, Chairman 10, Chairman 25, loading, and we are excited to be here. I've been a part of this platform now for 3 years, and I'm telling you right now, my life has completely changed, right? We're smiling today for so many reasons, right? We are excited because this company has literally changed my life. Today's not really about me, though. It's really about the gentleman I'm going to bring up in a few minutes. He's actually just wrapping up a call. So I'm going to go through a few things before we bring up the special guest today. And guys, look, I'll give you guys a little bit about my story and why am I doing a social media training? Because this call is not about my story, or it's really about, right, the power of social media. And I want to talk about real quick, I want to intertwine my story with the power of social media. Okay, because when I first joined this business, right, 3 years ago, I didn't have a social media account. I didn't have no social media, okay? And most of you on this call right now, you've got to understand that all of you, I'm sure all of you have social media accounts. Now, if you don't have an Instagram account, this is not 1974, right? Get an Instagram account, right? Get on Instagram, because this is the way that you're probably going to build your business right now. And I mean, no one, me and Montel, shout out to Montel, Chairman 10, who was out there in London today, and we had some interesting activity that we went up to. If you saw my story today, you'll see had some fun today, and there was no one on the streets. There was no one out. There was no, and it's like, how are you going to build your business during this time? And I only do trainings for a specific reason. I don't do trainings for hype. I don't do trainings just to have a flyer on Instagram. I do a training because people specifically need this type of training. Yeah, we could train about other things, but I believe social media is the way to go right now. And even after quarantine is over, you're going to want to make sure that you're tapping in with social media. And so my story, when I first started in this business, I looked at, people like Zain Khan and great leaders, and I was like, wow, like they've got people coming to them on social media. How many of you right now, you want people to come to you on Instagram? Put a 777. Let me see who's really fired up right now, okay? We all want that, right? You all want that. You all want that ability to, you want people to say, hey, Nathan, I love what you're doing, bro. I see what you're doing. How can I get involved? Right? Who wants that? Right? I had 7 DMs today. They wanted to get started. Miss Charmin Mia on the call, Pete, Chairman 10 loading. She will tell you she gets DMs every single day because she's active on Instagram. That's why her business is growing as it is. So today's training is really going to be specifically about how you can blow up your social media, okay? How you can blow up your social media and really, really win, okay? It's good. It's not, it's cool. When it comes to trainings, we don't have a time limit on it. I don't believe in time limits. I believe in value, okay? If you're on this call might be an hour, 2-hour conversation, right? I told Mr. Banks, listen, bro, let loose today, right? So if you're not really ready for a serious real trading, maybe you should go to bed. But if you're ready for it, stay awake. And you're gonna have a great time, okay? You're gonna have a great time tonight. So, I mean, when I started this business, right, my story is very simple. I started 3 years ago. I saw the information, it made sense, and at that point, I wasn't really building my business on social media because I didn't have a following. I wasn't really taught how to grow my social media, but I was able to plug in with a lot of individuals that actually gave me the right resources and the right information on how to build a great page. And for many people, they're looking for that secret sauce. There's no secret sauce to building a social media page. And this gentleman I'm going to bring up in a few minutes is actually going to share with you exactly how you can really make it happen. And this is my opinion, my social media mentor. When it comes to Instagram, he's one of my mentors in social media. When it comes to I'll even come to him, certain posts I'm gonna post, I will come to him first before I even post it, right? And so let me see if he's on the call. If he's not, then we'll just continue here real quick. But guys, look, this is gonna be a great training. Okay, a few minutes. Amazing. So guys, look, so my story, going into social media, the power of it is, I don't want to take away the limelight from Mr. Banks, but going back to at the beginning, sending DMs, sending profiles, liking pictures, all these things I'd done at the beginning to grow my social media. And then I also started using Facebook, started using different social media platforms to actually grow that following. Okay. And one of the things that I'll say is, even right now, don't just think about just this. Focus on, even after quarantine, you want to have a page that's still attractive, because right now people are they're forced to build on social media. But if you have a system, right, that is conducive even after lockdown, you're going to be able to win. So before we get started, I think it's going to come on in a few minutes. If you have a question, I'm going to answer 3 questions before we start this training. So I'm not going to talk about the topic. I want Mr. Banks to talk about the topic. But if you have any questions, I want to answer the first 3 questions that are put to me on the chat box, and then we're going to go forward. Okay, I'm going to be very transparent. So the first question is chairman tips. Great. Good question, Shaman. Okay, cool. So, okay, so I got 3 questions. Great. Chairman tips. Okay, cool. So, chairman is a mindset, and even Mr. Bank. I know this trading is about social media, but going back to even how you hit chairman is a mindset. You know, I was talking to Montel today, and we was in the Louis Vuitton store, and you know, made some purchases, and it's so crazy because I told him that even when I was broke, going through some hard times, I used to walk into the store with complete confidence. Obviously, the store's not open right now. It's obviously I ordered online and I got it, but it's crazy because it's a mindset. It really is a mindset. Okay. You know, so if any of you right now are looking, I'm sure all of you are looking to go chairman. And I purposely done this call at 10 p.m. to see who's really serious. Okay. And you got 260 people on the call. So, hey, you guys are serious. But chairman's a mindset. You know, I don't want to waffle too long, you know, but I want to let you guys know that it is a mindset. Okay. It is a mindset. You have to be tapped in before it even happens. Okay. You have to be tapped in before it even happens. Okay. And, give me a second, guys. You have to be tapped in before it even happens. Mentally, you have to be ready for it, okay? Because if chairman happens before you're ready for it, you're probably going to lose a position. That's how business works, okay? Your level of personal development will attract that result, okay? So, you know, hitting chairman is not by accident. You know, no one hits it by accident. No one just wakes up in the morning and says, oh, I'm a chairman today, you know. And no, it takes time. It's hard work. It's dedication. And don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Okay? And this even accounts for social media as well. Okay? You don't want to compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Because everybody has a different journey and everyone's on a different path right now. Okay? And I saw many people pass me up when I was a P2K, and I saw many guys go chairman. Many guys go P5, okay? But I didn't compare. I wasn't upset. I kept moving forward because chairman's a mindset. And I was already mentally there. I had people telling me it wouldn't work. I had people in the business doubting my results. But guess what? When I hit chairman, that flyer hit their timeline. And they said, oh, wow, he hit chairman. Oh, yeah, he done it. So it wasn't even about me doubting myself. I knew it was done because it's a mindset, okay? You've got to tap in with your mental. You've got to understand it's a mental game. So that's the biggest tip I'll say. That's the biggest advice I'll give for chairman is it's a mindset. You can't be frustrated when things don't go your way. You have to understand that it's a process. If any of you right now are going through a hard time, and most of you, some of you are not even in my group, I don't, you know, it's okay. I open this call up to the whole network, right? And so, you know, you want to make sure that you understand it's a mindset. I keep saying it over and over and over again because that's the reality. That's the biggest thing. You can do what chairmans do, yes. But for you to do what chairmans do and for you to talk how chairmans talk, all of those things will come by you having the mindset first, okay? Having the mindset and deciding to go hard. That's really what it is, okay? So you've got to decide to really go out and make it work. Like it's not gonna magically come, but by you thinking about it, it's gonna make sense. Okay. Next question is, okay, he's coming on right now. So last 2 questions. How should you post daily without making it a spam? Okay, cool. You basically want to post 10 times in your story per day. Okay. Post 10 times in your story per day about your business. It could be like if you saw my story today, I didn't post much about my business, but I posted a lot about lifestyle. So I had a lot of DMs. People are like, oh, you know, you're at this place, you're at that place. Like people were like, wow, because you want to post about lifestyle and business 10 times a day, and you want to post. I would say post 3 to 5 times a week. That's what I do. You know, typically some weeks I don't, but most weeks it's 3 to 5 times per week, and that's what I follow. Okay, without making it a spam. You don't want to spam people too much. You don't want to, you know, annoy people too much. Otherwise, it will become quite difficult for you to be taken seriously. If you're spamming about Forex every single minute, people are going to be like, oh, here we go again. That's that Forex guy, right? So you want to have a balance, 80% lifestyle and 20% business. So I posted about my day today, you know, and I'm taking people through my journey of the day, right? And then I've got my calls. Then I've got, you know, some my good friend hit P1K yesterday, and then I had a good couple friend of mine, a couple friends of mine that hit Chairman 50 today. And shout out to Brittany and Malcolm Garrison out there in Atlanta, Chairman 50s, right? So I'm showing people my story, what's going on. Guys, go on my Instagram and find out how I do. That's it. I'm giving you guys all the source of how I promote on my story, and also how I promote and how I post as well. Very, very important, guys, okay? Fantastic. And also, the last question is, how do we believe like you? Well, good question. I mean, boy, belief is something that I take very, very, very seriously. You know, if you guys know me personally, if you guys know how I move, if you guys know how I work, I don't just do something just because everyone's doing it. I believed in everything that I've done up until this point. And so, how do you believe like me? Well, follow David and Maniti, that's for sure. Okay, sign up for Believe Nation. If you haven't signed up for Believe Nation, the #1 achievement platform in the world, you are really, really, really making a big mistake. You want to register for Believe Nation, okay? Whoever's in Believe Nation, they will send you a link. And if you want, for me, I can send you a link to register, whoever it is, right? Just register with someone in Believe Nation and get access to the content, okay? And you will be able to see success, because the content that you take down, and Mr. Banks will be going through this as well, is very important to your success, okay? Belief is something that takes time. It's not an overnight thing, okay? But you've got to continuously expose yourself to the right information. For example, everything that I'm doing today, everything that I do, I exposed myself to it years ago. I used to go to the LV store and try on all the clothes, right? Try on all the clothes, try on all of the stuff, right? And I remember I was broke, couldn't afford it, but I kept going to the store. And now I just bought £380 glasses today. I'm not saying it to brag. I don't really care about the clout. I don't really care. It's for me. It's not for you. But I'm telling you this right now. Hold on. He's coming onto the call now. Yeah, like, this is an example. I used to try on these glasses, and I was like, wow. These same exact glasses I used to try on, they're in my hand right now. Just an example of how believing works. You've got to experience it before you believe it, okay? So hopefully you got some nuggets, and put a 777. If you're ready for the special guest, put a 77. Listen, guy, I'm not going to bring him on until I see optimum energy. I don't know how your uplines roll. I don't know how these other leaders roll in this company. I know how I roll. And I roll on high energy only. Call me crazy, call me insane. Well, crazy people make crazy money. Okay? And let me tell you right now, this gentleman I'm going to bring up to the call, I'm not sure if Emery is even ready for this edification right now. This gentleman is someone that has changed he's given me so much value, more than he even knows. He is the OG of IM. He started IM years ago, and he'll tell you I think, it'll be good for him to, for you, bro, to share your story as well with the people, because he has a powerful story, okay? His story is so powerful. He's one of the originals of IM. I'm talking about back in the days of Austin Gotzi, when they first launched, Julian Kushner. He's one of the OGs of IM, okay? One of the OGs of IM. And he's a network marketing professional. He is a sneeze away from Chairman 250. And I know this personally. He is closing in on that position. He is a beast, 7-figure earner, an absolutely incredible, someone I have a lot of love for. It's a privilege to have him on this call today, okay? This gentleman has built organizations in Dominican Republic, Asia, Africa, all across the USA. He's running one of the biggest movements in the world of network marketing called Wealth Club. If you look at all of the traders in IM, name your favorite educator. Chris Derrick in his team. Abel Melendez in his team. Manny Quinones in his team, right? Kimberly Torres, Luke Longmire. They're all in his group. All the educators, right? The products, all the products that we have in IM. Lisandro Tavares, they're all in his group. Gold Cup, Swipe Coin, they're all in this group. All these products. So we actually thank Mr. Banks so much, bro, for being a pioneer. If it wasn't for you, bro, and you and Darwin Lopez, Chairman 100s, I promise you, IM wouldn't be where it is today. We thank God for all the other leaders that are breaking ranks and smashing big positions, but you are the guy, you know, alongside people like Austin and Jason. You guys are the OGs that really started this movement from the beginning, man. And we want to thank you, bro, for coming onto this call. And I want you guys to go absolutely crazy and put your cameras on. If you don't put your cameras on, you are just an artifact on this call. You must have your cameras on, ready to take notes, because this guy is a beast. He's going to show you guys his story and also the power of social media. So without further ado, let's bring down the house for my brother, my partner in crime, Mr. Emery Holmes, Mr. Banks, my brother, the OG, the Arizonan kid, the beast of beasts. Mr. Banks, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm unmuting you, bro.
Yo. Hear me?
Can you hear me, bro?
We're good?
Loud and clear, bro.
I can hear you, bro. Perfect. So right now, I'm actually in the garage right now. You feel me? This is where I grind at. This is where the squad grinds at. You feel me? I got the team over there behind me. It's a little messy right now, right? Mr. Wealthy Pips right here. You feel me? C. John, Chairman Lowen, Chairman Tim Lowen. So you're gonna see a lot of new faces. You're gonna see a lot of new blood. And I'm super excited to be on this call, man. Anytime Junior hit me up, you know, anytime he called me, if I don't respond, I'm gonna call him right back. But he really wanted to get to go ahead and smash through Chairman 25. Not hit Chairman 25, but smash through Chairman 25. So I'm gonna give you guys some ideas. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my story for everybody out here who don't know me. Then I'm gonna give you exactly what I did differently to take my business to the next level. So I see we got this call going crazy. Yo, make sure it's already being recorded. You feel me? So guys, I'm telling you right now, if you got a team that hasn't really been listening to you, you got a team that you're trying to get to the next level. I see we got some P1000s on here. I see who was that, Maggie? Okay, shout out to Maggie with the P1000 flyer in the background. Guys, I'm so excited for what's been going on. You guys just don't understand. These past 90 days has been crazy, right? Even though 97% of the world is talking about the things going on, they're talking about COVID, the 3% is getting to the next level. And everybody on this call, you guys are a part of the 3%. So first off, for anybody on this call right now, just want to tell you who I am. Everybody call me Mr. Banks on Instagram, but you know I do got a regular name. Emery Holmes. You know, I was actually born in New York. You know, I actually come from a single parent, you know, household. Just a little bit about my background. My mom actually had me her last year of high school when she was 17. At the end of the day, I was born in January, so she couldn't actually continue to go to classes. She would actually, you know, work, you know, during the day, and she would actually take night classes just to graduate. So at the end of the day, you know, I grew up in a family where my dad had a lot of money when I was a kid, right? My dad sold drugs, was a big-time drug dealer. But when I was born, probably 6 months after I was born, he got locked up. So imagine being a 19-year-old, right? A 19-year-old drug dealer in the 90s who had Bankzzzz, BMWs, who had money, right? And next thing you know, everything gets taken from you overnight. You get locked up, and when you come back out, your money's gone. The friends that was holding you down, they're no longer there, right? The cars you had, they're no longer there. So, you know, in the 90s at that time, it wasn't no internet. It wasn't no network marketing. It wasn't no trading. You know, at the end of the day, if you grew up in the 90s, or if your parents did, they could tell you about how drugs were, how the world was before then. So at the end of the day, you know, my dad had a nervous breakdown, pretty much was in and out of the hospitals when I was young. So his mind's never been right? So, you know, I always tell you, you know, my name is Mr. Banks for a reason. That's what I built. You know, I created it. And at the end of the day, that's how people edify me anywhere they see me, right? So at the end of the day, guys, you know, I actually was blessed to have a mother who really worked her ass off. She actually made sure that me and my brother actually was getting a good education. You know, when I was in middle school, she actually moved me down south to Charlotte, North Carolina. And just to be honest, guys, I played sports, right? I always played sports all throughout my high school, middle school years. Even when I went to uni, college is what we call it over here, I always played sports. But, you know, I had a parent who was one of those moms who said, if you want, you know, shoes, if you want to have nice clothes, you got to get a job. So, you know, she bought me one pair of shoes, a couple pair of shirts, and a couple pair of jeans every year. And if I wanted more shoes, I would have to go out there and I would have to buy them myself. So from a young age, I always had a job. I bought my own cell phone. I paid my own bills since I was 16 years old. So, you know, I'm not saying that I came from a poor family, but my mom made me a boss. She made me go out there and get what I needed. So when I did go to uni, I wasn't crying and calling her every week. So at the end of the day, guys, point blank period, I went to college. Got to college with pretty much, like, you know, I went to school for the wrong reasons. Spent a lot of my time partying, drinking, smoking. 2 years later, I lost my financial aid, moved back home. And basically my mom said, hey, listen, if you're not going back to school, you need to get your shit together or you need to get your own apartment. So at the end of the day, I'll grind my butt off, stack my money up. And at the end of the day, I don't know about you guys, but like, I was always somebody who had money in my pockets, right? I was always somebody who worked. And after I dropped out of school, I couldn't find legal work, right? I couldn't find a job that will actually get me to come in and give me an interview. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, I was selling weed, I was selling drugs, I was doing what my dad did, right? And you know, I wasn't dumb. I was never dumb. I was always like, you know, I'm doing this for a little bit so I can make money and I'm out. And I always had an exit plan. And it was crazy because I actually seen a guy from my high school who was actually doing this Forex thing, doing this online business. And the guy that I knew in high school didn't have money. He was always in trouble. So when I seen that, I'm like, I don't know. So I was like most of your friends. I watched for a few months, right? My life went down, his life went up. And, you know, common sense said, you know what, fuck it. Call him, send him a message, and let's figure it out. So I hit him up. It was supposed to be a 5-minute conversation. It turned into a 2-hour conversation. We talked about life. We talked about personal development. We talked about stuff that I was even talking about my day ones. And by the end of the conversation, it was kind of like, hey, when you get back home, pull up to my house and I'll get you started. I said, perfect. And you know what's crazy? I actually came back home. I never hit him up. I never got started. You know what's crazy was I had a friend who called me. He said, yo, Banks. He said, hey, bro, do you got some weed? I said, yeah, I got some weed. He said, can you come over to the south side? One of my friends needs some. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's a 40-minute drive. I was going over there to make $40 because he wanted an eighth, if you know what I'm talking about. And I got to his house. And, you know, the crazy thing is, the person who came outside was the person who was telling me about the business, right? I'm like, wait. Time out. Oh, man, he's about to say something. I didn't come over his house, but I'm over here giving him weed. And he just kind of like, yo, what's up? I thought you was going to come over. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I got in today. So he was like, you know, come over. And, you know, as I was driving home, what I thought about was, I'm selling weed to make money. He's buying it so he can smoke. So at the end of the day, I'm over here driving all the way across town just to make $40. He's giving away $40 because he don't ever need it. He'll rather just smoke what he wants, right? So common sense told me at the end of the day, I need to be in this position. I came back the very next morning at 8 a.m., no bullshit. And for 7 days, I stayed on his couch. I literally joined the business. I mean, at the end of the day, you go in somebody's house and he has a car, he has a nice room, he has a nice living room, he has a nice TV. Common sense. So I said, you know what? Tell me what you're doing and I'm gonna listen. I took notes. Everything he told me, I took notes. Guys, I don't know about you, but if you don't go 2 or 3 days without staying up all night, you ain't gonna get to the next level. I stayed up all night for like 2 days. I'm talking about I did not eat. I was living off of energy drinks. I'm talking about my breath stink. I ain't put no deodorant on. Like it was grind mode, 100% grind mode. But you know, at the end of the day, of course, I needed to go home and wash a couple days later. But when you're focused, you ain't thinking about nothing else, right? So at the end of the day, you know, my mom was calling me like, "Where are you at?" And I'm like, "Mom, I got a job. I'm at work. I'll call you later." You know, 3 days, 4 days without going home. So, you know, at the end of the day, guys, I took everything that I learned from him and I duplicated it into this business. And, you know, I'm telling you guys, I started this business like everybody. And you know what's crazy? I'm gonna share my screen because I want you guys to see it. I don't want to talk about it. I want you to really see it. So I'm gonna go to my Facebook and I want you to actually see my Facebook. Me and my friends made a video. And I always tell people in this business, what are you willing to give up, right? This ain't for my Facebook. What are you willing to give up to get to the next level? Now, everybody in this call right now, you have to identify two things. You need to get a sheet of paper and you need to identify these two things. Sheesh. So what I got is S and W. For the S, I want you to write strengths. For the W, I want you to write weaknesses. So what are your strengths? What are your strengths? What are you good at? From the age of 8, from the age of 12, what did your friends, what did people always say good things about you? Like, hey, Jessica, I know you a great speaker. You a boss. Ever since I knew you, you've been on your thing, right? And if you're a great trader, write those things down. And then you go to the right side. I want you to tell yourself, what is your weaknesses? Is public speaking something that you're not good at, right? Are you nervous, right? Like, do you feel like you could be a better leader? What are things that people tell you that you need to work on? I want you to write those things down, and I want you guys on this call to literally identify all the weaknesses and work in making those things strengths, right? Turn those weaknesses into strengths. So when I wasn't good at speaking, I used to watch videos on public speaking, and I would practice until I got better. Right? So I want you guys on this call to understand that, right? So, you know, another thing that I wrote down was like TV. I love TV. I love Netflix. I will literally watch Netflix and pass out to some good TV shows. But when I looked at my bank account and realized that I didn't have no money, I had to realize that Netflix was holding me back, so I canceled my subscription on Xbox. If we have any Xbox or PS4 players, right? Some of you guys like drinking, right? Going to the bar, right? Supporting your friends who don't support you. Or maybe you guys just smoke too much weed, too much marijuana, right? I'm not against marijuana, but if you don't got enough money to buy it every day, hey, you don't need to be smoking. So me and my friends decided to make a video. It did kind of go viral on social media. What we did was we actually broke all the bongs, all the smoking utensils, and we literally poured a whole ounce. I don't know if you guys know what an ounce is, but it's 24 grams of marijuana, a big, big bag of marijuana in the toilet. And the video went so viral, people called us like, yo, why did you just do that? Are you crazy? Are you mad? Like, what are you doing? Tell me what it is, because if you're pouring all that weed, I gotta know what you're doing. So I'm gonna go to the video.
What up, guys? We out here.
So basically, we was in a garage just like this. Everybody in the room had a bong. Everybody told their story. And, you know, I just kind of show you what happened.
What we have over here? We got the pieces that we use to smoke. These are the pieces that we use. Look how big they are. Use. This is the thing. Right there. Water, dirty water.
So y'all see, we really smoke. That ain't no fake stuff. That's a lot of weed right there. Dirty water right there. But, sheesh.
Good inspiration, bro.
Hey, she wilding out.
Next. Jordan, what you got to say about this, man? I know you didn't want to give it up.
We basically went around the circle and we broke 10 bongs. And if you smoke, you know those bongs cost like 120 pounds, 150 pounds for each one. And we broke all of those. But I'm going to show you the best part.
The restroom real quick. Time to officially give up. Let's go to the restroom. Is that real?
And no, that's not doo-doo. That's weed, guys.
Yeah, follow us for that. Appreciate it. No, thanks. Hell yeah. Here we go. Push it one nut at a time. Back up there, bring like this, yeah. Damn. Yeah, just take it from him, bro. We gotta go. Oh my god, dude. That's like an ounce of push. You ready for this toilet to get freaking flooded. Go down. Oh, it made it. You gotta get the rest of it, bro. I can't see these legs and toilet, bro. It looks like a little turtle.
So guys, if you're looking at the video, I can't make this up. This was February 1st, 2016. 4 years ago, I didn't have a big Instagram. I didn't have 6 figures. I never ever made 6 figures. But I had 8,000 people that seen that video, and that was the start to all eyes on me. So what is it that you feel like if you give up, everybody that know you for that is gonna look at you differently? So what I'm saying is, guys, if you don't know, now you know. I'm sure Junior told you. I did IM 2 times. 2 times. I did it in 2016. I hit Chairman 50 4 years ago. I left for a whole year, came back, and hit Chairman 100, right? I'm literally only 800 orders away from 250. So in the next few days, when you be like, Mr. Banks, how did you hit Chairman 250? Because I'm still grinding like I'm a P150. I'm still working like I'm a P150. I'm still reading like I'm a P150. I'm still grinding like the grind doesn't stop is what I'm trying to tell you guys. So at the end of the day, it's time for you guys to start going all in. You need to document your life. People need to see everything. I don't care if you have no money. People need to see that you're trying to go to the next level in this business, guys. So I'm gonna tell you everything, right? Let's get to the paperwork. So your system, right? Your system needs to be in place. And don't depend on Junior. Everybody in this business is their own bosses. My team has their own system. My P2s, P1s, P6s, they have their own systems. They duplicate and then they take it and teach their team. So number one is being excited, right? No matter what you do, you have to be excited, right? I don't care if you have 5 people in the room, you gotta be excited. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Google. I'm gonna share my screen, and what I wanna show you guys is the reason why you gotta be excited at all times, because you just don't know when your turn is gonna come. So what I'm gonna do, I don't know if you guys seen this, but this was Travis Scott's first concert, right? This was 5 years ago. Travis Scott had his first concert, and this was the crowd. This was the crowd. Some of you guys had an opportunity call with more people than Travis Scott had at his first concert. Nobody knew who he was. You could see the crowd was nobody understanding who he was or his music. Now I want you to see the Travis Scott now. Now I want you to see 10,000, thousands of people that know this man. So right now you got to understand that maybe a few people are messaging you. Maybe a few people are reading your stuff. Maybe a few people are viewing your videos. But if you stay consistent for the next 4 to 5 years, that's when the 10,000, that's when the 20, 30,000, you're Chairman 500, 5 years later, 4 years later, 2 years later happens. So you guys got to understand right now, if you're not consistent because the amount of people you have hitting you up is a problem, then don't worry about the 10,000 customers on your team. They're not going to exist if you're not going to stay consistent right now. So I just wanted to show you guys that because you got to be excited. It doesn't matter if you got 5 people in front of you compared to 5,000. You got to give that same energy to 5 as if you would to 5,000. Now, I'm going to be honest. You guys got to understand right now, people can feel energy. I don't care if you do your first call and you're excited. 9 people say no, that last call, you're not excited no more. That person's going to understand. They're not even going to take you seriously because your energy is not this, right? So at the end of the day, you guys got to be excited. Number 2, you have to have a crazy, insane list. Now, number 2 is make a list. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. You know, most people say, hey, guys, you need to make a list of at least 10 to 20 names. That's bullshit. You make a list of 10 to 20 names, you're going to get 10 to 20 no's. But you need to make a list of everybody. I'm talking about your mom, your aunts, your uncles, your sisters, your cousins, your goddaughter, your best friend, your drug dealer. Who's the weed man? You need to hit your weed man up and say, hey, listen, I know you sell weed, but I got an opportunity for you, and it's going to change your life. You can buy all the weed you want, but this is going to change your life. And I'm going to tell you right now, do not judge a book by its cover. Do not prejudge anybody. Because if somebody would have prejudged me, we wouldn't even be in this car right now. If somebody would say, no, Mr. Banks, he hangs with all the bad kids. They smoke weed. They party every weekend. Don't tell him about Forex. Don't judge nobody because you don't know what people are trying to do. Somebody didn't know that even though I was selling weed, I didn't want to do that for long. I was just waiting for the right person to come into my life at the right time. So at the end of the day, you guys gotta have a list of everybody, the bartenders, the security guards, the girls who work at the club, everybody, the DJ, the promoters. Your list has to be 4 or 5 pages deep. I'm telling you guys, you gotta really do this. Now, number 3 is book a PBR. Book a PBR. What is a PBR? A private business reception, right? Now that can be a home event for you guys, right? You guys can go, like, listen, swag it up a little bit. I tell my team, book an Airbnb. Get an Airbnb for 2 days. First day, we're grinding, we're training. Second day, we're building. Everybody you know have them pull up all day, 24 hours. We're gonna close everybody in the city, get the nicest Airbnb downtown, and we're gonna have all the bosses pull up to the house. So you guys gotta understand right now, your team, think about this. From the moment somebody joins, you have 72 hours to get them right. Think about it. Have your mom ever told you not to leave milk outside the refrigerator? Think about it. When you leave milk outside and not keep it in the fridge, 72 hours later, that milk will be bad. So think about somebody that joins your business. If they're not making money, if they're not plugged in, if they don't know shit in 72 hours, they're not even gonna be interested to continue the next month. How many times have you signed somebody up and they don't do nothing? You're like, man, you don't pay $325 and you ain't doing nothing. Because those first 3 days, you didn't help them. You didn't get them right. They wasn't prepared for what you was about to bring. So, number 4 is book a PCC. Book a PCC. What is a PCC, Mr. Banks? A private conference call, right? That could be a Zoom call. In which I want everybody in this call today, in the next 3 days, everybody should be running their odds. Get Junior up and say, listen, Junior, I want to do what Mr. Banks says. I want to do an opportunity call. Send him some pictures. That's quality pictures. And we're going to make you a flyer so now you can launch this business to your friends. So anybody that you're bringing into the business, 3 days later, they should already be doing their first launch. They should already have their face on it. Think about it. If you got a picture of your face on a flyer with Junior, your friends are going to be like, hey, what is that? Like, they're going to think you're famous. When the last time somebody been in the flyer? Think about the last time your face was on the flyer. Why? Why are you in a flyer? You got to be important, right? So number 5 is a weekly briefing. A weekly briefing. Now, every week, Sunday, we have leadership calls. We talk about the good, we talk about the bad, we talk about the ugly. We talk about the leaders who came to the events late. We talk about the leaders who was smoking or came to the events drunk. We talk about everything. So now, it's everything in your mind. Yo, Junior, I came to the event 30 minutes late. I had 2 prospects that was really interested, and they left because you wasn't there on time. You got to be able to let leaders know when they're not being the best they could be, right? I love when my leaders tell me, Banks, you know, you haven't been texting me back. I really needed your help, and you're the person that I thought could close these leaders for me. And I had 2 people that joined another team because you never got back in touch with me. So, like, you guys got to be able to have weekly meetings and talk about ideas, come up with ideas on how we can take it to the next level. Number 6 is trainings. So you need to have training events or calls. So you have a team that's in Paris, if you have a team that's in America, if you have a team that's in London, right? You got to be able to have meetings in person if they're in the same city, or have webinar trainings like this if they're in another country. So at the end of the day, guys, there's no excuses. I built my business to chairman without ever going outside. I was in a house like this, and I am chairman without ever seeing anybody in my team. Imagine traveling, and you got a P2000 that you've never seen in your life, ever. The first time y'all see each other, it's like y'all been to each other. Because for 6 months, y'all was on this call like this every day, talking to each other, game planning. Number 7 is corporate conventions. Now, the reason I say corporate convention is because that's what you're building for. Do you understand? My first convention, I'm going to show you the pictures. Y'all be thinking I be capping. I got to show you guys because people don't believe it. So I'm going to show you so you can understand. I'm going to show you so you can see that I was just like you. I paid my what? I paid for IM when it used to be 500. Then it was 250. So y'all got a big discount if you want to be real. But let's go back, guys. We're going to go way back. Sheesh. Take y'all all the way back. Jeez. So, this was my first convention back in IM. This picture right here, this picture, I was a P2000. Now, as you see, April 3rd, 2017, I joined the business in March. It took me 1 week to hit P2000. It took me 2 weeks to hit P5, right? And I want you guys just to see, right? I want you to see that nobody knew me, right? P5000, nobody knew who I was, right? Nobody knew me. The next event, nobody knew me. I was a P5. A year later, Chairman 25, speaking on stage. A day later, Chairman 50. So I'm going to show you. I want you to see all the leaders that I show you as well, because they are all chairman, but once upon a time they wasn't. Right? Sheesh. I think I got in a fight, broke my wrist, wilding out. Me and Austin back in the day. Right? Grinding, locked in the crib. Khalil, these guys are Chairman 25, Starboy. Y'all know Starboy, right? The app Steady. He wasn't even a six-figure trader here. Jordan Morgan, Chairman 50, educator. They were all P5000 and P2000 in this photo, right? Chino, Chairman 10, P2000. Justin, P2000, Chairman 10 now. Drake, ATMs. You remember ATMs, right? I think he was an IBO. He was in Rank. Castor Gray, he was probably only a P2000 at that photo, to be honest. I think I gave him a shout-out photo next. Slice, Chairman 25. Chairman 25 in 3 days. Now he's Chairman 25, but he hit P6 in 3 days, right? Just really want to show y'all. We were still grinding. Do y'all see how we was uncomfortable? Do you think about this, ladies and gentlemen? Nobody wants to see an overnight success, right? Nobody wants to just see you wake up and you're a chairman. Mr. Banks, I don't got money. Nobody's gonna believe me. Well, show the grind, because right here I didn't have money. If I did, we would have had a better Airbnb. But there was 3 beds in 1 room, right? You could tell we was broke. You could tell we was exhausted. You could tell we didn't have it. But we wasn't gonna let that stop us, right? So every day we was grinding. Every day we was on them laptops, right? Being smart, right? Just finally hit Chairman 10. Finally hit Chairman 10. Finally, right? Let's keep it going. Grinding with the team. We turned our living room into a trade house. We turned our living room to a trade house. We said, you know what? Let's take the couches out. Let's take the TV away. And let's get laptops and let's grind. Let's get laptops and let's grind. Every day, guys, every day. Cash. Platinum 5000 right here, but he's a Chairman 100 today. Platinum 5000, October 19, 2017. It hasn't even been a year yet. It hasn't even been 3 years yet. I hope you understand that. Then what happened? Remember the date. A month later, Chairman 10, right? Before Christmas, Chairman 25, right? Alicia Bush, Chairman 25, 2 years later, you feel me? P600 once upon a time. Once upon a time. The next event, a year later, guys, do you see it? P2000, a year later, Chairman 50. Results are not typical. I was not typical, guys. So at the end of the day, one thing you gotta realize, check this out. You see that date, March 18th? I want you to see something. Because a lot of people know it that I told, but I deranked after this for the whole year. From March 28th, I hit Chairman, I got paid once. I deranked to Chairman 25 all year. Literally, this whole time, I was deranked. I actually hit Chairman 50 after my brother died, literally. So let me log into my account. Don't post this on Instagram. Maybe you can blur this out. So I'm gonna go to the dates. So just so you see, I was just like y'all, a P5. I was P5, I was learning, right? Finally hit Chairman, August, right? Then I finally hit Chairman 25. I want y'all to see when I hit Chairman 50 and then D-rank. So this was the first and last time I got my Chairman 50. March 20th, 2018 was the last time that I touched Chairman 50. If you look, I D-ranked back to Chairman 25 all year. Most people will quit when they D-rank. Most will quit. What's going on? My volume's dropping. No, every week I figured out new ideas. Every week I figured out new things to do, and I got my system together. I got my team solid, right? I got everybody together. But still, I didn't complain. I still was the same rank. I D-ranked. I didn't complain. I kept going. Now, as you see, look what happened. January 15th, I finally got Chairman 50 back. Check this out. Oh. So where is that? So if you look, January 13th, my little brother died. So the day my little brother died, 2 days later, I get my rank back. So the sacrificing, no birthdays, no Thanksgivings, no Christmases, I can no longer get those back. I can no longer be like, dang, I wish I would have went home for Christmas. I can't get it back. So if you guys are bullshitting right now, you're wasting time with your loved ones. You're bullshitting for no reason when you can just grind and have all the time to spend with them. So if I could say anything, I wish I'd have took this shit more seriously sooner. I wish I would have went harder my first year than my second year. I wish my first month I would have believed a little bit more. Because if I did, I would have more time with my family, right? More time with my loved ones. But again, you guys gotta understand, the grind has to come. You wanna get chairman, the grind has to come. So what did I do? You know what? I wanted to go to convention in September as a Chairman 100. You know what's crazy? I hit Chairman 100 the day after convention. The day after convention. Convention was, I believe, the 13th, 14th. I hit Chairman 100 literally the day after we all, when everybody went home, I got home and I logged into my back office and said Chairman 100. No cap, right? So I just want you guys to see that. One more thing. My three are all chairmen. The people that I brought into the business that said, trust me, they're all chairmen. Cash, Chairman 100. Khalil, Chairman 10. Ricky, he's about to be Chairman 50 because the way his volume's set, he's overqualified. So he just got to do a little bit more and he'll be a Chairman 50. So I can't wait until all three of mine say Chairman 100, 100, 100. All three Chairman 100. That's my goal right now. And then from there, duplication, right? So I'm just telling you guys right now, I joined this business just like you did. Now let's do some math. Let's just say, for instance, I pay $179 every month for a year just to be in the business. That's $2,100. I've been in the business for 3 years. Multiply that. So $6,444 is what I spent to be a part of this business. 3 years, $6,000 is what I invested to just try. I got to do push-ups, right? But that's what I invested to at least give this a shot, to at least give this a try and see if it works for me. Now, I spent $6,000 on my college, right, on my IM Academy. That's what I spent. But what I made was way more. What I made was way more. So $1.8 million is what they paid me, right? So at the end of the day, you asked me, was it worth it? Yes. Was not smoking worth it? Yes. Was not drinking worth it? Yes. Was not going to the club every weekend worth it? Yes. So what you doing right now, do you think it's worth it? Your mom's still working every night, you think it's worth it? What you're doing right now is worth it? If it's not worth it, give it up. Give it up. Just give it up for 30 days. If you could give it up for 30 days, can you do 60? And if you could do it for 60, can you do 90? I guarantee in 90 days, you will be 100% better than you was on day one. On day 90, if you actually do not cheat the grind, you'll be a lot better, right? So I'm gonna give you 3 rules for building your team. 3 rules that you need to follow for building your team. Number 1, exposure is everything. Exposure is everything. What do I mean by that? Exposing yourself every day, talking about this business. I don't care if you're learning, people need to know that you're learning something different, right? People need to know that you're on something different. Like, you ever see like your friends go out to the club and you're at home and you're like, yo, why didn't y'all invite me? Like, why you guys like, you feel left out. So now expose what you're doing so your friends and the people that's on your social media can feel left out and want to be a part of it, right? Think about a fraternity. Think about like a secret club. They're not just out there telling everybody, hey, join my team. No, they're keeping it very, very elegant to whereas you want to be a part of it because it's super exclusive. So you guys got to make this more exclusive. Don't just tell people what Forex is. Don't just share a little chart and expect people to join you. Make it elite, guys. Number 2, the fortune is in the immediate follow-up. The immediate follow-up. So think about this. We can't post charts on Instagram. But if I got your number, I can send you whatever I want. I can send you a screenshot of my charts. I can send you what the team made. So what I'm trying to say is, number 1, anybody, and like I said, think about this. You might send, let's just say, for instance, you send 99 people a link to go watch a video. 5 people hit you back. Think about this. Just because everybody don't hit you back don't mean they weren't interested. I could be driving right now and you can send me your video and somebody called me and I completely forgot because I was focused on what was going on. So you guys got to understand, you have to follow up with people, right? You got to be able to stay updated with people, sending them updates. Hey, you remember that trade that I sent you on Monday? I know you said you were going to join, but I couldn't help. Yo, this is the profits right now. Oh my gosh, the team is winning. I cannot wait for you to join the team, right? Doing things like that. I'm going to give you a secret sauce, right? This is a secret, and I'm going to tell y'all in a minute. So, number 3 is work with the willing. Work with the people that's willing to give up. Like, I ain't going to front. If I talk to you and I tell you to do something, I ain't telling you to do it because like, I ain't trying to be a boss. I'm telling you the truth. Like, it worked for me. But like, if you ain't willing to stop clubbing, but you telling me that you're trying to take care of your daughter, I can't take you seriously no more. Because you said you're trying to take care of your daughter, but I told you to stop clubbing, but you still addicted to going to the club. You're not gonna ever make no millions if you doing that shit. Do you understand? Like, I stopped clubbing. I used to party. Yo, I smoke more than most of y'all. Literally, no cap. I probably smoke more weed than all of y'all. But it was a time when I stopped. It was a time when I stopped for 3 months because I was broke and I couldn't afford to buy weed. So why am I smoking if I can't afford to buy weed? I just got 5 on it. I got 5 on it, bro. I got 5. That's all I got. No, I'm trying to smoke like Wiz Khalifa. I'm just being real. I wanna travel like that. But what I'm saying is, work with the people who are willing to do the things necessary, guys. Like, for real, you gotta work with people who are willing to give up. Like, for real. At the end of the day, I always tell people, right? I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is one thing my mentor told me, right? I'm gonna tell you guys how to destroy your next 90 days. So this is like sauce right here. Like super, super, super sauce. This is what I did when I was a P5000 and I was not coachable. I was a P5000 for 5 months. Remember, I hit P5000 in 2 weeks and I thought I knew it all. Man, I hit P5 in 2 weeks, man. I know everything. Bet. Stay P5 for 6 months until you're ready, hit me up. So I was P5 for 6 months until I shut up and finally said, you know what? I'm tired of being P5, bro. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I listened. And when I sent that message, this is what my mentor sent me. So it's called How to Destroy Your Next 90 Days. So these are the things you need to study the next 30 to 60 days. Number 1 is going to be Holton Bugs Cash Cow. Some of you probably watched it. If you haven't, watch it. But if you have, send it to your team. They need to watch it. That's the 4-hour sauce that they've been missing. That's going to show them how to really level up. Another one that I watch is ACN Training. It's another company, but the way they teach their team, the way they teach their people how to build, telling you, if you watch that, it'll sharpen up your skills a little bit. Number 3 is going to be a YouTube channel called Valuetainment. Valuetainment. So study these 3, and I promise you guys will excel on a whole nother level. Right? I always tell people, it's not about working smart. It's not about working hard, it's about working smart. Now, I'm going to be honest. I am not the hardest worker person. I'm not the hardest worker in the company. I'm not the hardest worker person on my team. Like, some of y'all on this call probably work way harder than me. But I work way smarter than you. And I get things done without, I don't ever like leaving my house. If I could stay at home and build my business, I would. If I could literally sit on this computer that I'm sitting on, I would never leave the house. Because I know how to work so smart that I don't have to leave my house, right? So, think about this. I'm sure y'all probably heard of it. The top 10 wealthiest people are richer than the bottom 3.5 billion. The top 10 are richer than the 3.5 billion. So think about that. If those 10 people work for 24 hours a day, that's 240 hours. Write that down. 10 people times 24, that's 240 hours. Now, if those 3.5 billion just worked 1 hour, just 1 hour, that's 3.5 billion hours. Do you get me? Most people out there are working so hard to make so little. While some people out there just working smart and making a lot. So I'm trying to get you guys to stop getting burnt out. Yo, Junior, man, I'm tired, man. Nobody's hitting me up. Maybe you're just doing it so hard and so wrong. You're doing it the wrong way, right? So this is what you need to be doing. Number 1, this is the best time to be at home. So right now, everybody need to be staying at home and you need to be launching. Everybody need to get their system right. Everybody on this call need to be enrolling like crazy. I don't care if you're the best trader. You better start making some videos and everybody in the city better know you're the best trader. Because how many people do you know from high school that was the best rappers, that was the best athletes, but don't nobody know them? Why? Because they don't got a SoundCloud. They don't got a YouTube with no videos. They outside in the block giving CDs out. Bro, I got Apple Music. I don't want your CD. Where's your SoundCloud link? Send me your link. I'll listen to it on my phone. But most people, they're still working hard, right? So at the end of the day, everybody in this call right now, y'all need to dominate the leaderboards. You need to literally stay at home and get your system together and stack up for the next couple of weeks. Because now, in July, everybody done spent their money. You go into the club with the racks out. You go into the club with the racks out. You having a good time. You enjoying your whole winter. Everybody partied all summer, all winter. You're gonna be in Dubai having a good time. I'm telling you, I did it. I'm telling you. So what y'all need to do is, number one, create fire content for marketing and for back-end trainings. Make marketing, but also make training videos so now your team can easily hit P600. Easily, right? All y'all gotta think about this. I had to tell my team, you gotta understand that the average American, right? The average person in your country, they got a job, they got 3 kids. They not trying to be the best traders. They ain't trying to be the best trader. They trying to make an extra $500 to $1,000 on top of their career job. That's it. That's it. I got an auntie. She loves me, but she don't want to do this Forex shit. She do not want to do this full time. Nephew, I just want to make $500 to $1,000 on top of what I'm doing, and I'll be happy. That's all I want to make. So y'all got to stop doing that. All trader, builder, that shit is dead. Trust me. I could throw 10 racks in my trading account and not know how to trade and make more money than some people make all month. Like, everybody do not want to trade all day. Some people do just want to build a business. So y'all got to understand how to leverage it. Are you coming in to be a customer, or are you coming in to build a business? And then from there, be able to have systems for each one. Now, this is another thing you guys need to do, right? Write this down. So number one, followers spend time with people. Leaders invest time with people, right? Followers just spend time just hanging around, right? Leaders are investing time. I'm investing time into Junior. Junior say, yo, Banks, I need you back. I'm gonna give you an hour and a half of my time, right? An hour and a half of my time, because I know if I do that, it's gonna take all 250 plus people on this call to the next level. This call started off with 300. What happened? The people who wasn't serious got off because they got other things to do, right? They got other things to do. So my team, they be like, yo, Bank, I'm serious. You was on the call for 15 minutes, you got off. You're not serious, bro. You just was on the call, you got off. So for anybody that was on the call that got off, when they start complaining to you about the results they're not getting, like, yo, bro, you only coming to class for 30 minutes and you out. How you expect to pass the test if you only showing up for 30 minutes? Come on, common sense. So again, spend 80% of your time in zone 1, enrolling new people and doing one-on-ones with the people that you're bringing in. Then spend 20% of the time working with your team until you're chairman 10, right? So spend 20% training and working with your team until you're a chairman 10. Guys, I'm literally telling you everything that I did. I spent 80% of my time in zone 1 recruiting and training everybody that I was bringing in. Then I spent 20% training, only 20% training, and making sure the team was together. So at the end of the day, you gotta realize that the people you have now will not get you the chairman. It's gonna be somebody that you bring in July or at the end of June that's gonna take off and get it. I brought somebody in this business 2 months ago that hit P2000 faster than people that's been in the business for 2 years. They just got it. So y'all gotta understand, y'all chairman is out on Instagram right now waiting for you to drop some dope ass shit. They waiting for you to drop a nice post so they can finally say, yo, bro, I've been watching you, bro. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. They've been ready. They just was waiting for you to finally drop something that was gonna catch their interest. So you gotta teach people to deserve your time. Understand this and write it down. You cannot spend 3 hours with 3-minute people, nor 3 days with 3-hour people. Think about it. You cannot spend 3 hours with 3-minute people, nor 3 days with 3-hour people. Work mostly by groups, and then leaders, mentor a few, inspire the many, right? So you guys gotta be able to work with groups, right? Work in groups. Don't spend your whole day working with 2 people on your team when you got a whole team. Do a training call, right? Do a training call and work with the leaders to duplicate what you're doing. And then also, another thing I would tell you guys is like personal development. I'm gonna be very honest. I never, ever did homework. In high school, in uni, I never did homework. I always cheated. Like, and I'm not saying it because I'm not dumb, but I just didn't care. I didn't care about high school. So I always just half-assed it. The only time I ever read a book was when I joined this business. I swear to God. Besides the book my mom gave me when I got in trouble in high school, when it came to actually applying my skills, Forex was the first time I ever picked up a book and I actually read it. And I was like, whoa, this is different, right? So like what took me to Chairman 10, 25, 50, 100, about to be 250 was cutting off girls, right? Not smoking, not having sex, not drinking, not going out, not having extra activities that I was doing on the weekends. It was work, 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 work. Literally, guys, like that's it. I just was grinding. You guys gotta understand, like, don't just grind, grind, grind. Make calculated decisions on what you're doing. Like, I don't just grind, grind, grind. I literally be like, okay, you know what? I need to do this because this is the results it could lead to. I need to do this because this is what the results could lead to. I know Junior was like, yo, man, I need you to do a social media training. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I give you a social media training, I can show you how to get all the leads you want. But if you don't got a system or a structure, they are gonna go to waste. And I don't want your first impression to be your last impression. I'm just being honest. I want your first impression to be the best impression. So, number one, everybody, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I told somebody on my team, your social media is your office. So if you go to your last photo, when was that posted? 5 days ago? April? March? So think about this. You're asking Junior, why am I not P1? Why am I not P2? Because you haven't been showing up to work. You posted a photo 6 days ago. You ain't been to work in 6 days, bro. You ain't been to work since April. Why are you expecting a $1,000 raise if you don't ever show up to work? I could never ask for more money if I ain't showing up. So think about it. I remember I had one of my homeboys. He joined somebody else's team. And I was so mad. I'm like, bro, why didn't you join my team? He said, bro, when I was interested, I went to your page and you ain't posting nothing in a couple of days. I tried to check your story out, but you ain't posting nothing. And I remember that time, I think I had blew I think I lost like 3 racks. I lost like a $3,000 account. And I'm like, man, I ain't trading. I ain't talking about this no more. I kind of fell back. And during that time, everybody that was watching me, they was watching me, but I was nowhere to be found. So at the end of the day, you guys can't get mad. Don't get mad if Mr. Banks signed up your auntie that lived in London. You wasn't posting about the business. So now your auntie done signed up with the American. Don't be mad and say, I hate Americans. Nah, bro. I was active, bro, and you wasn't. So you guys got to understand right now, you got to be active every day. I don't care what happens in your life. Like, people be talking about, yo, bro, like, I'm broke. Who's going to believe me? Do you understand how many times I didn't have money to pay my rent? I didn't go on Instagram and say that. I didn't go on Instagram like, hey, guys, I can't pay my rent, but I'm still trying to build my business. What? No, I was grinding so hard that I made money to pay my rent. I didn't tell the world that I couldn't do it. I made sure I was going to do it. So, like, you guys got to understand, listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I want y'all to do this. I want y'all to figure out which rank. Which rank do you want to be? Chairman 10, right? I want you to do this. I want you to write your rank, and I want you to write how many customers you need below it. Write that down. What's your goal? Don't worry about nobody else, because ain't nobody else paying your bills. So what's your goal? And what I want you to do is I want you to come up with ideas like this. I want you to come up with ideas. If you were going to hit Chairman 10, you need 500 customers. What ideas can you do that can bring 500 customers into your business? Social media is just one. So don't write Instagram, Facebook, nah, one. Ideas. If your mom went out of town for a month and you was throwing a big ass house party, how are you going to get everybody from the school to pull up? How you gonna get the whole uni to show up? What are you gonna do? You gonna talk to the bartenders? You gonna talk to the athletes? You gonna talk to the people that play basketball, football? You gonna talk to the DJs? What are you gonna do? You gonna go to the radio station? You got a homeboy who got 100,000 followers? Like, guys, you gotta have an idea, more than one. Because that one idea, what if they shut social media down tomorrow? What if there was no more Instagram? What if there's no more Facebook, no more TikTok, no more YouTube, no more Snapchat? The reason I say that is because there's people that was making millions in the 80s off of network marketing. And it wasn't no Facebook. They didn't even have cell phones. They had house phones where they could make a call and they got a beeper. So like, you guys got to really think. Those ideas is good. Like, even when you link up with your team, y'all should be having idea days. You know what? We're going to have a power hour. And for this hour, we're going to come up with all the ideas on how we're going to take over London. We need everybody in the city. So you got to be really creative, guys, in what you're going to do. You know, I always tell people, like, what I did was I bought a camera. I bought a camera, and every day I documented my life. I documented the ugly. I documented everything, the fights, the arguments, everything. And then when I look back at it, I'm like, yo, I remember that day. I remember that day. Bro, I remember that place. Like, it's memories now. So it's not hard for me to take y'all back in time and show y'all. But what you guys got to understand is, don't expect your team to do something if you're not doing it. So you got to lead by example. Everybody in this call, I'm going to tell you right now, everybody in this call should have a YouTube. I'm going to give you the #1 method that I use. And if you do it, you'll get leads. So everybody in this call needs to create a YouTube tonight. Your first video should be your story. Your story. 5 minutes. Be real. No fake shit. Be real. You got a mom with cancer? You better tell somebody. Because somebody out there got a mom with cancer and they can relate to you. You got 2 kids? Tell them. You just dropped out? Tell them. You've been sleeping in your car? Tell them. Because somebody in the world got a story like you, but they just don't know nobody else like them. So if you're a broke college student, tell the world. Somebody's waiting for you. So at the end of the day, you need to have a story. Your second video should be, what is Forex? What is IM? I don't know about you, but when I first sent somebody the what is Forex video, my friend joined that person. Why? Because the video explained everything, and it said, click the link on the bottom and get started. My homeboy hit me up, he said, yo, bro, I just joined. I said, bro, I only sent you a video. I didn't send you nothing to join yet. Oh, well, I watched the video and it said to click the link on the bottom. So that was common sense. Okay, Banks, you need to make a video. And it needs to be just like theirs. And now, guys, I ain't gonna lie. Some days I wake up to automatic signups. Some days I wake up and somebody joined my business. Just because I decided to put my video on YouTube. So imagine if your whole team had videos. Imagine. Because when I go on YouTube, all I see is Brandon Boyd, Austin Gotsey, David, Matt Rosa. I don't see nobody else. I don't ever see no lady bosses. If it's any lady on this call right now, you should make a video. Imagine how many, I'm gonna tell you right now, 400,000 people search iMarkets Live on YouTube every month. I'm telling you that right now. If you only got 1%, that's 4,000 people. If only 1% of those people actually came to your video, that's 4,000 new people that will see your shit. How many do you think would join your business if your video was perfectly explained? 5, 10, minimum. You can hit P600 just by having a video on YouTube. The reason I'm telling you that is because my stepbrother has the #1 video and he's about to hit P5 in 3 months. So like, guys, what I want you to understand is, like, you gotta get better. Like, the only reason I'm at where I'm at is because I got better. I was not a good speaker. I didn't have talent. I didn't even know how to record videos on my camera. I just stayed up and I watched videos and I got better and I learned. So like, you know, I'm just telling you guys this because #1, like, I can't give you a social media training if you ain't social. I can't give you a social media training if you're too afraid to talk to people. Like, you gotta just be somebody. Everybody on this call, I don't care if you got 1,000 followers or 100,000. I don't care if I make 100,000 and you make 1,000. Your friends do not care about Mr. Banks. They care about their homeboy that they went to high school with. They care about their cousin that they grew up with. They want to know how you're making money. So at the end of the day, I will never be able to tap into your crowd if you don't open your mouth. If you don't open your mouth, your 1,000 friends will never know about Forex. So it's up to you to make a video. It's up to you to open your mouth. It's up to you to show your results. Because if you don't do it, guys, somebody is. So I don't want you to get mad in the next few months when your best friend signed up with somebody else's team in London. And you like, yo, you should have joined with me, but you wasn't making no content. So I challenge everybody in this call, everybody make a YouTube. Make a video. Turn your camera widescreen, make a video, and everybody upload it and send it to Junior. Let Junior know when you got a video. Because that's the start. That's just one. Then from there, what is Forex? Guys, I'm going to be real. I got a whole, this is how serious I was yesterday. Yesterday, I stayed up for some hours. I'm going to find it, don't worry. I stayed up yesterday. Hold on. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Don't worry. All right, I don't know where my notebook is, but basically yesterday, I came up with 3 pages of ideas for new videos. I basically went on YouTube and I searched Forex, binary, other Forex companies. And I looked at all the top leaders and I looked at their titles of their videos. And then I went and searched all those titles and I'm like, wow, if I could make videos and just be able to give people an example of how to use MetaTrader. Do you understand how many people just search how to use MetaTrader on YouTube? And if you actually explain it, that's traffic going to you. And when somebody like the way you explain it, they might go ahead and peep your page. Then they might peep that you're doing a business that they're interested in. So like, come up with content ideas. Everybody in here, y'all need to come up with some ideas. Like real talk. I don't like, cause I'm being honest. That Forex trading thing is ugly. When you say Forex, people always seem to, you do Forex. So how can you be creative? Like I was just talking to my friend. He said, yo, how can we be so creative that we can get the drug dealer that stay in the neighborhood who already make 80 bands, who already make 60,000, be interested in what we do? How can we have the most richest person interested because of how we do our video? So like, that's just one thing I'll be thinking about. I was even gonna do a billboard. It was like $1,000 to put my flyer on a billboard. And everybody on the highway, they're gonna see my billboard talking about making money from their smartphones with my number. And I'm gonna get phone calls all day. So like, you guys gotta come up with ideas. Y'all can even go to World Star Hip Hop. World Star Hip Hop. You can pay World Star. Imagine that video. Everybody's gonna be watching that. So like, this is the last thing I'm gonna tell y'all. This is what I use. This has helped me get a lot of leads. So usually when somebody hit me up and they ask, what is Forex? I never talk to people in first person. So I never say, yo, what's up, bro? I say, hey, this is Mr. Banks' assistant. He's not available right now, but what's your number and the time you're free, and I'll set up an appointment for you guys to talk. Imagine that. Imagine somebody hit you up and you say, hey, this is Junior's assistant. He's unavailable right now, but what's the time and the day you're free, and I'll get you on a phone call with him. I don't got an assistant. I'm the one sending that. And now everybody hitting me back like, hey, I'm free tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So just think about it. I literally finesse people and be like, yo, this is Mr. Banks' assistant. He's a little busy today, but what's the perfect time and a number that he can reach you at tomorrow? Now I got a page full of leads. So like, all I'm telling you guys on the call right now, just be unique. Like, you know, this business isn't hard. It's just about being creative. And if you can be creative, man, this business is a piece of cake. So what I want to do right now, I'm gonna basically pass it back to Junior. You know, I definitely want to do another call for sure with you guys next week. But I kind of wanted to go ahead and like set the bar, let you guys know exactly like what you really need to be like applying. Because once you start applying those things, your business is gonna literally start booming, and you're gonna have too many leads for you to even control. So like I'm literally trying to get you guys on that level. It doesn't matter who you is. It doesn't matter if you're fat, ugly, skinny. You feel me? White, black, Latino. Yo, I've seen people get leads. I've seen everybody be able to build their business. I got friends who had 700 followers, now they got 27,000, right? I've seen everybody. So at the end of the day, it's time for you to brand yourself. Everybody in here need to change their name on Instagram. Go through your Instagram, clean your page up. If you got ugly pictures, that's blurry. If your name is Jasmine45678, change your name, make it unique, make it very, like, think about it like this. If you went to the mall tomorrow and somebody approached you, what is your Instagram name? So somebody say, hey, aren't you Natasha? Natasha Nelson, right? Or aren't you 4560832 up in Instagram? Nah. You gotta have a nice superhero name. Batman, Superman, you feel me? Have a name like that. So other than that, honestly, I just want to say thank you guys for getting me on this call. Appreciate you guys. All the way from US. Appreciate you one more time for getting me on here. I'm gonna pass it back to my man Junior. And again, man, thank you again as always for getting me on these calls, bro. Appreciate you.
Hey, bro, Mr. Banks, thank you, bro. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you, bro. Put some 777. Let me open up this chat box. Okay, guys, look, let's go crazy. Good. Let's really show our appreciation. Put some 777s for our brother, Mr. Banks. We love you, bro, man. Honestly, man, you really tore it up, man. You really tore it up. We are fired up. I got a page for the notes. We're gonna start doing idea days. We're gonna start. Everyone needs to get a YouTube channel, like right now. Like, go on YouTube right now, guys, and start a YouTube channel. I don't care how good or I don't care how long it takes to make that video. Create your YouTube channel now. It doesn't have to be the best looking video in the world, but as he said, create a video, guys. Also, he spoke about leading by example. Document your life. Document everything that you're going through right now. But when you go chairman, you're going to be able to tell your story to a lot of people. So the chat box is going crazy right now. Sheesh. Listen, bro, we thank you. We're going to end it right here. Just a reminder, our next training is on Wednesday. We have a special guest, Mr. Austin Gottsy, Chairman 100, will be on the call. And you have just been given an announcement that we have another training on Friday, a mindset training with Paloma Sensoris, also Chairman 100. I believe she was the first female Chairman 100 in the company. So it's about to get crazy. We have Austin on Wednesday, Paloma on Friday. Let's make sure we pack out the call on Wednesday, guys. Let's make it happen. Thank you, Mr. Banks. Thank you, team. Love you all. This call has been recorded for all of you guys. We're going to put it on the YouTube channel, and it's about to get crazy. Love you guys. Let's make it happen. Peace and blessings.